Hey YouTube. I think it's a delayed response. Hey, just wanted to come in, and this is something that me and a few of the guys at work, they brought up. It's like I mean, I kind of noticed that some guys, not all guys, when you really know women, I want y'all to really get to know women. Not even in a way like this shouldn't always have to be in a sensual way. Just get to know women, and women, y'all need to just get to know men, and on a I don't want to say a platonic, just on a social, I guess, level, or I don't know, but you just need to get to know, like, be around, get to know the women in your family. Men, women, get to know the men in your family if they're not horrible. If the women not horrible and the guys not horrible, they some decent people. Really sit down and just have some conversations with them. Ask it, pick their brain. You know what I'm saying? Listen to maybe some of the complaints that women have. Listen to some of the complaints that the guys, or not complaints. See, I want y'all to talk to older men. Men, I want y'all to talk to older men. And the girls or the women, I want y'all to talk to some older women, because you're gonna get a different outlook on things. You just speaking to your peers, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna benefit you. You don't, of course, you know, I will say this. I was gonna say, of course, we don't live like we used to. And I'm gonna have to eat this, y'all. I'm gonna have to eat some of this. Yeah, I'm hungry. We live in different times and stuff like that, but people really don't change that much. They change a little bit at a time. They may change. I think people can evolve, and I really wish they would, but for the better. I think people have devolved, but yeah, listen to your elders and your family, the women. Talk to your grandma if your grandma's still living. Talk to your aunts, great aunt, people like that. Somebody that got good sense. Or if you don't have those people in your family, like maybe somebody, older lady at work, that she's cool and she like talking, and you just ask her a question. Hey, Mr. Such and Such, what you think about this? And da 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 da. How would you want to man? You know what I'm saying? Um, mm, I'm trying to think. And guys, I would say talk to older men too, because I'm not talking to the men that, I'll say all men. And I want you to listen to these guys. I want you to try to listen to guys that are more mature more than you listen to the ones that are immature. I want you to really hear. I want you to hear the immature guys and what they're saying, and then you're gonna compare it to what the mature guys that are married, or some people don't get married but long term, but forget that, married. It's something unique about a married man that's actually all in with his wife and his family. If they got kids and all that, like all in. It's something very different, unique. They've made a decision to be this way, or they made this decision. They're like, you know what? I don't need da 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 da, all this stuff like that. Like, I feel like get it all out your system or whatever. But you really have to. Sometimes you have to have an epiphany, but I think it's with all the bombardment of stuff on social media and on the internet. It's just like, oh my God, it's all kind of crazy stuff out there. But there's a lot of good stuff out there too. You almost have to dig for it, and once you dig for it, the algorithm will keep picking it up. I like more positive things, so I don't see I see a few of those little negative gossipy things, but if you don't pay attention to it, if you not pay attention to it, but if you don't, you don't watch it, you don't engage, then, it'll go away. And then also, y'all, there's something. If I'm pretty sure now everybody has heard about manifesting, right? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my lips together here. Yeah, with manifesting, child, if you into that, or even if you ain't into that, you gonna do it. It's just how life works. So get to know. And I never do that, y'all, for real. But this lipstick is, ooh, Jesus. Oh my God, this lipstick is a no. Let's see. Ooh. That's a little hard. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, y'all. Just I keeps it real. Okay, keeps it a little real. A little too real. It'll be doing. I don't know. Maybe it's a little cute eye, whatever. But okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you listen to this stuff, right? And whatever they say, like, for example, you are what you eat, right? Whatever you keep eating, it'll reflect either on your skin, make you gain weight, make you lose weight, all kind of stuff, right? It's the same way. Junk in, junk out. Good in, good out. So if you're taking good information, you will start seeing that things are going to be changing around you for the better, for your better, right? And this use my old phone, so anyways, y'all gotta do that, because regardless of if you think something's not affecting you, it probably is, until you get to a certain point to where, and that's going into something different. That's going into transformation. That's going into being an alchemist, or dealing with alchemy. That means that you've gotten to a point where you've changed so much that, let's say you become so positive, I guess you can say, have higher energy, I don't know, aura, whatever, I don't know all the terms, but like you get to a higher state of consciousness, I guess you can say, in your life, or you just become so wise that none of that stuff really bothers you. But I will say, so you can be around some mess sometimes, like you can go through some mess, but I wouldn't say wallow in it. I wouldn't say stay there and just sit in it. Like, you can be around it sometimes and it won't affect you, but it won't affect you like other people, I'll say that. And it might not affect you at all, depending on how strong your mind or your will is. So you got to keep in mind, you have to have positive input in your life. That's gonna bring better people in your life, and I'm glad I'm talking about this, because that's a reminder for me. Like, when people get to talking, when they start talking at work, and we have good conversations and stuff, but to try to always, what I would do is I would change, and this is alchemy, right? I would let's say somebody's talking about something negative, I would always change the narrative into flipping it to something positive. And I'm trying to see an example. Let's say somebody's like, man, it's how, people, how are you doing today? I'm fine. Like, I'm doing good. It's rain outside though. Like, okay, it's gonna rain sometimes. It's gonna rain sometimes. It's okay. Like, there's areas where they don't get any rain. It's a desert. You know what I'm saying? So that could be barren land. They don't have a whole lot of crops growing over there. Like, so hey, you're in a plentiful area where it gets some rain sometimes and stuff like that. Because I've been, not saying you don't ever have any little negative thoughts that creep in or anything like that, but because for the most part, I did positive affirmations and all that stuff like that for months and months and months, like years ago. And now it's just in my head. Like I'm saying, it's like positive affirmations are just in my head. And then you just remind yourself every now and then, blah, blah, blah. This is a good day, da, da, da. In the morning, just say, hey, this is going to be a good day. This is a great day. It's beautiful outside. Doesn't matter how the weather is. It's beautiful. I'm happy to, be able to start a brand new day, Maybe something fun and exciting will happen today, right? But yeah, I want y'all to talk to the older people in your life so that you can have different perspectives in life. You can see things differently because it's hard to see things. It can be hard to see things a little differently when you talk to the people that think exactly they're around you. That maybe you don't think like them, but maybe you won't. Yeah, because okay, let's say you do think like them. I mean, well, dang, that's all you get. You ain't get no other kind of. Don't you want to get some other kind of feedback, some kind of somebody to tell you something different? Because there are some people out here that really like not trying to go to bats with the opposite sex. They're really wanting to be in a relationship with somebody of the opposite, Yeah, so, or whatever, just be in a relationship in general. It doesn't have to be opposite, It could be, if some people are in the same thing. Some people want love. They want to share their life with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Whether they're ready for marriage or not, they just want to be with somebody. And it's not all about, laying down and doing all that kind of stuff. People want more than that. They want somebody to be there for their companionship. Okay? And, so definitely talk to older men and older women and get you some good insight, man, because they don't talk to the ones I'm talking about with good sense. The ones with good sense, they're not all they're not doing foolish stuff. They're not acting crazy. Matter of fact, they have a calmer demeanor. It's like, been there, done that. That type of demeanor, like, nothing really bothers them. Whatever situation, they just let it roll off their back. You know what I mean? Like that type of person, because they're wise. So, not saying they don't ever get angry or frustrated or anything like that, but for the most part, they might get frustrated. I'm trying to say the word frustrated, but they may not allow themselves to get angry, like fully engaged into that, because of their wisdom and because they're probably tired. But yeah, so I think that'll really help you guys out a lot. So I guess this video would be called seek advice from the wise, or from your elders. Seek advice from your elders. And I think, what's funny, I've always like I had godparents. Of course, they were older people. They weren't like young godparents, because in the church and everything, and as a baby, my family moved in. They thought I was cute. And my parents asked, or my mom probably asked two older ladies to be my godmom, or they kind of fought over me. And so she was like, okay, well, I can't choose, so both of y'all will be her godmom. And one of them had a husband. I remember the other one, I think she died when I was young, so I never got to know who she was. But the other one, she lived up into my 20s, like after, I want to say, I don't remember if she got to see my son, but yeah. So in my 20s. And I used to love sitting over there talking to her. She was like, she had to been like 70s or 80s. Yeah, that's a wisdom. And then, honey, and guess what? Yes, they are older. They old, but they the cool thing about them is they used to be your age at one time. So they done did some foolish stuff. They done been don't think these old people just old and they have nothing that they can tell you, honey. They done done it all. If one person ain't done it, you keep talking to several, they have done it all without the internet. So just imagine if you didn't have, you see the crazy stuff people do on the internet and on social media that they put out there. Just imagine if you ain't got no cameras, nobody there. You wilding out. And that's people, shoot, my age group, they did, well, you had cameras like you could snap, on your phone. Like when I was in college, you could videoing on your phone. That was like my sophomore year, I think. And it wasn't a good video. It was not good. You look like the screen, it was blurry. It looked bad. It was not, AI was not what it is now, or whatever, But, so it wasn't all that getting caught up or all this crazy stuff that you find on the internet. None of that. But now we had VHS. If y'all don't even know if y'all know what it is. You don't know what VHS is. VHS cassettes and all that. When I was growing up, look it up. Throwback and what else? And then CDs came out I think when I was in high school or middle school. High school. Yeah, CDs became a thing then. So yeah, so just imagine, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna get off this phone and go talk to some older people. You'll actually enjoy it. You will enjoy it if you get them comfortable. Get them whatever they want to get comfortable, and then just talk to them. Y'all, you're gonna be laughing. Have a good time. And you're gonna get a lot and gain a lot of knowledge too. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe.